Hello. Welcome back to Man is Nature. So I wanted to come on this morning to create this video because, as you hopefully recall, that I did create Man is Nature as one of the reasons why is to utilize this channel as a way or a means to heal others through how I am processing and healing myself. So I created this video as just another video of just sharing from my heart and things that I have experienced and areas that I still need to continue on healing and continue on working in myself and accepting myself and trusting myself. So I just wanted to share a tiny little story, not a story, but share something. So last night before I went to sleep, I listened to this guy on YouTube. I follow him. His name is MJ. He is hilarious. I promise. He is like so funny. But he gives like a lot of insight, brings a lot of laughter, a lot of love. He shares from his heart. And he's just an amazing person. And anyways, last night he uploaded a video on YouTube and I got the notification and I clicked on it and it was kind of late. And so I went to sleep with what he was sharing. And what he was sharing, I went to sleep with it on my mind. So what he was sharing was that he was talking about manipulation and gaslighting, and he was saying that you should never allow anyone to manipulate you or to gaslight you. I don't know if it's past tense is gaslit. Did you get gaslit? No, I don't know. But anyways. I wanted to share this video because this morning when I woke up, I kind of woke up with like this crinkle in my eyebrow, and I was just like, what the world's going on? So, anyways, as I'm always self-examining, evaluating, and assessing myself. And so I was just thinking about, what is in my spirit or my vibration that is causing this crinkle. And I thought about what I went to sleep on, and what I went to sleep on was not allowing someone to manipulate me or to gaslight me. And so, of course, I guess subconsciously, I was probably thinking about how I felt manipulated in my last intimate relationship. And in my last intimate relationship, I kind of felt like, my partner that, the guy that I was seeing, he was trying to, question my intellect, but it really wasn't my intellect that was up for discussion. But rather, it was my intuition that was speaking to me, guiding me. Like every time we would attempt to put something together as like a business plan or idea, there would be something inside of me that would just be like an alarm, just a sounding, just like an alarm, danger, danger. Not that it was saying those words, but that's how it felt within. And so I created this video because as I continue my healing process on this journey, I first want to say that, I have experienced so much trauma. I think I've had more than enough trauma in my life. I've had my fair share of trauma that actually began before I even was born. And so this trauma throughout my childhood, throughout my young teenage years, my young adult life, and throughout my adult life, this trauma that I have experienced over and over and over and over has caused a lot of decision making to not be so healthy, has caused a lot of pain, has caused me to stay in situations, toxic situations that I first and foremost shouldn't have stayed, but stayed longer than probably the average person. So, and looking back and over some of the decisions that I've made, I can attribute, okay, I made that decision because ... But at the end of the day, it really was as a as a result of the trauma that I've experienced, where I lacked boundaries, I lacked what healthy relationships look like. And so, entering into this relationship with my last partner, I just kind of felt like, okay, something is off, but yet I stayed in it because I kept hearing him say, "You don't trust. You need to trust. You need to trust." And I'm like, I don't have an issue with trust. It's just, I have an issue with you, no. But I didn't have really an issue with trust, quote unquote. But because of my experience in life, it made me more sensitive to things that would feel off. And so, with that being said, I kept trying to hush my intuition. I kept trying to hush that feeling that was saying, danger, danger. I kept trying to silence the alarm. And in silencing, it was almost like I was pushing like the snooze button, and the alarm would go off again, And so I could not stop the alarm. I could not turn the alarm off. And I just remember, after we had broke up, I was just like, man, if I could have just trusted him, if I could have just hushed, the images that I saw in his phone of other women, if I could have just, silenced the text messaging that he would get that to me were, and I'm sure for a lot of people, were very inappropriate. If I could just hush that, if I could just, ignore, times when, when we would be out to eat and he would, turn his phone as if he didn't want me to see what was, I'm like, I can't see that far. But nonetheless, I really tried to hush my intuition and I couldn't do it. And I'm so grateful that, all of us, we have this inner guide. Some people call it the Holy Spirit. Some people call it a gut feeling. Some people call it an instinct. But we all have this inner guide on the inside of us that is designed to protect us. It is designed to direct us and guide us. And we should never, ever, ever hush or push snooze or try to silence that which is sounding like an alarm on the inside. Anything that sounds like an alarm, don't push snooze. Even when we're in public places and even if at home, when the alarm is going off, we want to go to see what the smoke is about, what that sound is about. And sometimes in public places, we're not trying to figure out where the fire is. We're just trying to get out the building, So, and that's how we should be. When there's an alarm sounding off when you're entering a relationship or when you're in a relationship, you don't need to know the who, why, what, where, and how. You don't need to know any of those things. Just get out. Don't stay. Don't try to ignore or silence what your inner guide is telling you so that you can validate somebody else. No. Protect yourself. And I don't care, even if you're wrong, you're still right. And I often, when my children were younger, my adult children, when they were younger, I would tell them, I'd rather be wrong than be right. If there's something in me that says, no, I can't go, or no, my children can't go, I'd rather be wrong. I'd rather them miss out on a good time and be wrong about it, than to have them go and something happens. No. So if you can kind of, keep that little analogy in mind, choose to be wrong than be right. Don't try to prove yourself and end up being like, man, I should have trusted myself, So I just wanted to create this video to just encourage you as I continue to heal myself. Never hush your inner guide. Always trust yourself before you trust someone else. Alrighty. God bless. And don't forget, hit click and subscribe. I got to get that little jingle down. Hit, click, and subscribe. And share my video with someone, share my video. Alrighty. God bless.